Yee. Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's the Tuesday edition of your premium breakfast TV show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Of course, and as always, we have taken out time to create the very best experience for you on today's show. So make sure you sit back, relax, because every new edition is definitely a step above the previous. And of course, it's only gets better and better with every single passing second right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Now, we're crawling towards Christmas, but we're already celebrating. And we're offering an opportunity to put that 100-meter smile on your face as we begin this week. A lot of market runs happening this week. People trying to rush to go and get things ready for the holidays.
I actually saw a very, very sad market story, which we may actually talk about earlier. I'm actually dropped that on the group yesterday. But she'll be here very soon, so make sure you stick around. I mean, entertainment is definitely what we do right here. And we are here to have a great one, right? We've been licensed to thrill you with the best of the very best in quality television entertainment, to deliver to you at your doorstep. In fact, no, your doorstep is far. Inside your
parlor.
Inside your parlor, inside your room.
On your device.
On your bed right there.
Well, hopefully we light up your day this morning. Now, we are definitely in the mood to make it special. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
And I am Winfrey Agbilishe. Now remember, you can watch the show and also join the conversation using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
Yes, so remember, you can watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world. We have a mobile app, guys. You can download it from Google Play Store or iOS, no matter what you're using. Yeah, in the palm of your hands. No stress.
Of course, follow us. We definitely do not like privacy, so come and invade us, right? Take our spaces up, right? We want you to be in our business at TVC Connect on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, Friends, X, anything. Just get it there. We're there.
And don't forget the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Go TV channel 16, UHF channel 49, Star Times channel 121. We're giving you all the information for a reason. Make sure you use them.
Okay, so we have a fully packed show. It's the most exciting Wake Up breakfast show for a reason. And today we're going to be starting off with Samuel Oluwafadare, who is a dynamic, astute, and all-around educational professional. Nominee for the prestigious Diamond Teacher of the Year 2024 award. And over the weeks, we have explored certain myths when it comes to mathematics. Now, we'll definitely be taking a step further in that conversation.
Yes, parenting, math homework, we dread it.
Not looking forward. No. To the parenting part, not the education part. And Melvin Godwin, fondly called Melvin Wonders by his admirers, is a multi-talented gospel artist with over a decade of experience and has performed alongside top talents including Moses Bliss. He is definitely a connoisseur of both rap and singing. He'll be here to set the mood on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday.
And on our health segment today, Dr. Chibuki Aibe is a seasoned medical doctor with over 12 years of experience in clinical and administrative medicine. Currently serving as practice manager at one wellness center. Now, she's also responsible for designing and implementing clinical processes and procedures. It's going to be an interesting conversation today as we will be demystifying diabetes. Everything you need to know. Are you still in denial? Have you started addressing the issue? Let's talk about it later on.
And finally, on our couch, we're having a very interesting conversation with Joshua Ojo, who started his career as a child actor and ventured into acting at the young age of 10. Now, he also modeled in some high-profile TV commercials down the line. He played a major character in the popular Fuji House of Commotion and ran for over 15 years. Now, today, he is the executive producer, writer, and director of the film Wale Soyinka, a film that literally just won the jury prize as the best biopic in Africa at the just concluded Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival.
Wow.
Interesting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some stories that just need to be told.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, praying that we get to tell a lot more of our own indigenous stories. His story is actually a very unique one. For those of us who studied, well, I did English, I did literature, and he's someone that has always been an enigma, someone people couldn't really figure out. So hopefully with a biopic like this, we'll get to know him more, and this generation will learn why he's so important to us.
So I mean, besides English literature, I just feel there's some stories that when it comes to the African story and African history needs to definitely be told. The people that literally made major impacts, and I think I'm really proud of the Nollywood industry because they're actually doing a lot of these days, right? Highlighting key players in all of this field. So I think I mean, amazing.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, it will be. And I mean, you see that costuming with the white hair that looks like cotton wool. Amazing. All right.
Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Thank you for joining us. We begin this morning in Katsina State, where its renewed efforts to end banditry and kidnapping in the northwest zone of Nigeria. The Minister of Defense, Badaru Abubakar, yesterday indicted 2 newly acquired 129 attack helicopters and 1 additional Alpha jet to strengthen the air component of the Operation Fansrayama in the region. TVC News correspondent Abdul Latif Yusuf reports.
A renewed strength and determination by the federal government in the war on banditry and kidnapping. These 2 additional helicopters are enabled to attack the enemy with laser-guided missiles and can withstand all weathers. The minister emphasized the position of the federal government to continue to supply modern warfare and prioritize the welfare of the armed forces to ensure peace and harmony in the nation.
Our continued effectiveness, the federal government under the visionary leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has prioritized investment in advanced technology and resources. We extend our deepest gratitude to Mr. President for his untiring support to our armed forces. As promised, the President has provided us with the state-of-the-art aircraft and unmanned aerial vehicles to enhance our attack and intelligence gathering capabilities. With the induction of those new platforms and the quality of men and women operating them, I am confident we will make the President and all Nigerians proud. Together, we will dominate the battle space and achieve decisive victory. It is no coincidence that I am here today to flag up this critical phase of air operations, the unique capability of Air Force that is its speed, reach, precision, ensure that no enemy can hide from justice.
He says the most recent successes recorded by the Air Force in their onslaught against banditry has demonstrated the will of the government to end insecurity.
Well, I will ask the public to continue to pray for our armed forces, to continue to pray for our successes, and we will do our best. And as you have seen, and from what they have done for only 1 week, we have seen tremendous changes. We have seen where they bomb a lot of hideouts for the bandits in the last 1 week. And the new Operation Paseyama is dedicated to eradicating all sorts of criminality in the Northwest. So I can assure you and assure the public that we will continue to fight and the end is near.
There was a flypast by one of the Alpha jets to reassure the people of the determination of the Air Force to enhance security. Abdul Latif Yusuf, TVC News, Katsina.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has launched Grand Challenges Nigeria, GCNG, a national innovation program aimed at revolutionizing Nigeria's healthcare landscape through locally developed solutions. The initiative, which is part of the Global Grand Challenges Network, will focus on maternal and child health challenges in the first phase. He said this when he launched the GCNG at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He told the audience that the initiative became necessary following an urgency occasioned by the rapid pace at which the world is evolving in the realms of science and technology. In his keynote remarks, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, said the Grand Challenges Nigeria is aimed at developing local solutions to critical issues confronting Nigerians.
Aligns seamlessly with the renewed hope agenda under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It reflects our shared commitment to reforming our economy, achieving food security, and prioritizing education, health, nutrition, and social investment as pillars of national development.
It's also an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to inclusivity and equity in serving Nigerians, especially the underserved. It is time to strengthen the capacity of our researchers, healthcare providers, and innovators to lead in health and sustainable development. We already have an array of programs, including the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative, the Social Investment Program, and the Nutrition 774 Program, all of which stand ready to absorb the expertise we are cultivating. The call for innovation in our health sector has never been more critical.
Now, outside Nigeria, Russia has promised to respond if Ukraine uses long-range missiles to strike its territory. The Kremlin warns Kiev's use of such missiles would mark an escalation in the conflict, hours after U.S. officials say Joe Biden had given the green light. The news has not been formally announced, but Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the missiles will speak for themselves. He, in his first comments since the decision, President Biden tells leaders at the G20 summit in Brazil the U.S. strongly supports Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Russia says Mr. Biden is throwing oil on fire, although Vladimir Putin himself is yet to comment. The U.S. will allow Ukraine to use the missiles to hold on to a small chunk of Russian territory if it occupies Kursk, making the decision after the Kremlin allowed North Korean troops to fight there. At least 10 people have been killed after a missile was shot down and fell on residential buildings in Odessa, following a weekend of widespread Russian attacks. And that's all we can take for news and sports for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. But guess what? There's still much more. Stay with us. Welcome back and good morning, ladies. Good morning. There is so much happening online and there is a particular story that's highlighted. But I wanted to start with saying that I've had a lot of cause to, break a sweat whenever I go into a supermarket and I see the price tag. I look at the item I want to buy, I look at the price tag, and suddenly, for some reason, involuntarily, sweat just starts coming from here and maybe even here. I don't know. And I don't know, is it only me that sweats whenever I go to a supermarket these days? Such that, of course, with the advice of friends, family, go to the open market where you're already sweating by the time you get to the market anyway, so that the sweat doesn't bother you when the prices are almost exactly the same. Christmas shopping has become a task, a chore. And I even hear husbands are tagging along now just to be sure of what their wives are pricing them. But there is a highlighted story here that came up from yesterday. I'm not sure if you would like to read it. To read it?
No, just go ahead and you have it
okay.
here.
All right. So it says here, Talk to V posted this. It says here, so my neighbor kept complaining that things would be more expensive by December and that if she had the money, she would buy everything she needed for Christmas this month. Yesterday, she later went to the market and bought a bag of rice, a carton of vegetable oil, and some tinned tomatoes and other things. But when the car carrying her goods dropped her off, she stepped down and went to the boot to wait for the driver to open it and offload her stuff. However, this driver took off with everything. My neighbor is feeling miserable right now. It has gotten to the stage where we all need to be extremely careful. If you have load in the boot, please allow the driver to get down before you. Snap his plate number if you can. A lot is happening in this country. So that post also made me want to break a sweat because I know that you can't carry all this load by yourself now. You're going to have to use a vehicle of some sort to carry it for you. I don't know. What would you do if, God forbid, something like that happened to you?
To be very honest, I don't even know. So it actually just still takes my mind back to certain things, right? I mean, going to markets, mode of transportation,
Yeah.
of course, how people, buses are definitely better than the hailing services these days. But then again, sometimes when it comes to certain things, what I say, buses are more expensive than, okay, no, sorry, I meant hailing services.
Yeah.
No, I mean, buses are more expensive. I said, and the hailing services. Do you understand it? Hailing services are also expensive. But I'm saying buses are expensive for people that normally take the buses.
for buses?
Yes, no.
Okay.
Are expensive for people that take the buses, and then hailing services are now more expensive than usual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then most times the conversation is usually around, oh, okay, what to do at certain points, right? I mean, if you talk about, this particular story in question, she actually went to the markets to get like a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming, right? Talking about, Christmas shopping and bulk buying and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe the decision would have been to just take an hailing service. Just think about it. Do you understand? Because now think
But
about
it sounds like a hailing service.
Was it hailing?
Yeah.
I thought it was bus.
No, it was a bus. It was
So she
a
came down and went to the back of the
And now,
bus to
so you know
carry-
when you get to your house with the taxi.
That's why it's paid.
So the driver was still in the
In
car
the
because, to be
car.
honest, he has no responsibility
Oga,
getting down
off
from
your
the car. It's not your
engine.
personal.
Off your engine.
Go off your engine and come and
So
open the boot.
she went to the boots with the hope that, okay, he would have, all you just need to do is tap on the boot. He opens it because he knows your things are in the boot. And then she gets her things out. Next thing, Oga drove off.
So so in that circumstance, I hope she called. That's why whenever I book a ride, I will call you with the number, not on the app.
Yeah.
So of course you can trace on the app. That's an amazing thing about it. And now you have several things to report. I even saw one recently. Which day was I checking? Was the driver braking
Inappropriately,
Yeah, inappropriately and all of that. So luckily, if that is the situation, then of course she can probably trace the guy, get his number. He can.
But at that
May I
point,
box the
where
number?
she probably spent a bag of rice is 100 and something
Yeah.
K.
110K.
110. I even saw in the supermarket 126,000 naira in the
At that point,
supermarket.
at that moment.
And then a box of tin tomato. Tin tomato now, I'm trying to even, how was she still able to breathe when the car was driving away? Like, seriously.
You have to be calm. You have to be
How? Be calm?
You have to
Be
calm
calm?
down.
I don't even.
You have to calm down then.
Then the stress she's already gone through, going to the market, and then suddenly you're just looking at all those goods just drive away.
Was it intentional though? No, but seriously, there's sometimes you get forgotten.
No.
You may have forgotten that there was stuff in the car.
Well, God bless him if he forgot.
I know that these are very interesting times.
terrible.
Very interesting times, I would say. I've had various phone calls, especially people calling me on Instagram, wanting one help or the other, financial support. And, to be honest, I sort of shut down for a couple of days because, like, I wanted to just rein in on what I've been going through emotionally. So I decided, okay, I'm not going to, focus on anybody. I'm not going to everyone should just stay on their own first. Let me deal with myself first. But this morning, I think I was doing my morning devotion, and I was just reminded of, some of those, messages and calls of people asking for things. I'm just saying that I think this will be a time, because we understand the circumstances, for each and every one of us to, see how, no matter how little, let's find a way to support one another. What that man did, he's a thief. I hope she reports. He did not. It was not a mistake. He deliberately ran away with those goods because he knew what he was doing. And even if I don't see a tweet of her acknowledging that he came back to her house with those things to return them. Let's assume that it was a mistake. So he stole those items. We've also seen reports of dispatch riders eating from people's food. Stealing from people's items. So please, we are all going through this thing together. We cannot be our own architect of our own misfortune. The way you are going through it is the way I'm also going through it. You don't know how much, you don't know if that was her last penny that she used in buying those things. But because you saw it in quantum, you felt she had it in quantum. And, so let me take out of it. Don't take anything from her. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't think it's right for us to do this to one another. Instead, let's find a way to, even if you had begged for it, I'm sure she would have said, okay, since you asked, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. If you don't ask, how would you know if you will not get asked before you now steal? So at least she will give you out of it now. Even if she gives you,
even if she does not decide to give you out of it, even if she does not give you anything, it's not your right.
It's not well.
It's not your right. So,
but then if you don't ask, you never know if she wouldn't give you out of it or not, because you're now stealing from it and driving off with it. It's not fair. I was having a conversation, with someone this morning, and then the person was talking about, that I should speak to one business owner now. Maybe they can, make certain compromises for them. And I'm like, see, this time, I'm not making any compromise with my business. I'm not going to ask anyone to make any compromises with their business because things are tough. And I'm not going to ask anyone to break their bank or give their arm and their legs in this. No. So as you are doing it, please, let's all just,
And sadly, there are a lot of these. I don't want to call them gangs now. Groups, like in the market. If there are cabs in the market, they could sadly be conniving with people in that space.
About that one is
I'm saying no. So I'm saying if for instance you are not sure about the person or the driver or the vehicle taking you back, be extremely attentive, monitor, take all the security protocols seriously this period of time.
So like the situation of what could she have done to make sure? Some of the guys when they drive, they actually feel not obligated at all to literally come out to help you. But anyways,
tell them.
You literally have to tell them to
please
calm down.
Calm down.
Please, when you're in the market, literally, because everybody's literally pulling one scam with the other.
Yes.
Especially those POS guys.
Exactly.
Lagos Island Market.
POS. Forget to. So please, be careful where you pick the car from.
I literally had to walk into the banking hall.
Yes, to get
But now, even banks are even making it difficult because now you cannot even get as much cash as you want.
Sadly, I have to stop us on this one and let the audience give us their thoughts on this. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know. We can't wait to see your opinions on this particular matter. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. Now, if you know me and if you know Wake Up Nigeria, you know that we're always interested in showcasing talent right here on the show. When it comes to music, songwriters and producers come into the studio all the time. But today we have someone really interesting and different. He is a music lawyer. His name is Akinyemi Law. That's his nickname. Akinyemi is here because of a competition called the Akinyemi Law Song Contest, ALSC, and it's great to have you in the studio with us.
Thanks for having me.
Wow.
I'm in Lagos.
So there are a lot of types of law, a lot of types of lawyers, and we've had conversations with many of them in the legal space, but a music lawyer, what exactly does a music lawyer do?
Primarily a lawyer that works in the music industry,
okay,
that understands how the business is conducted, okay, and how the contracts are set up, all the important relationships that abide in the ecosystem, that is able to guide clients, whether investors, talents, or practitioners in the music industry. So essentially, lawyers are masters of law, or they're supposed to know the law. So a music lawyer is a lawyer who works in the music industry and understands the business and the inner workings of the law in that industry.
So, for instance, a young artist, a young talent, only truly becomes an artist when they're signed to some platform or label, or is only recognized as an artist once that happens. And that means that they need someone like you. But we've heard a lot of ups and downs in the industry in the past. What exactly is it that is more helpful when you go to a music lawyer than just any other one?
Yeah, I think, so you don't have to be signed to be an artist.
Okay.
An artist is anyone who is able to express themselves through the medium of, music, painting, photography, or things that society appreciates. Okay. But again, the importance of our work as lawyers working in the music industry is that we're able to advise, we're also able to forecast. We're also able to, stay away from what we think could be problematic in the future when you're trying to, conduct transactions or get into relationships. And it would be very, very problematic if you do not get a lawyer that understands the inner workings and nuances, the culture, the convention of a particular industry, even myself as a lawyer working in music, it would be very, injurious to my clients or to any client if they retain my services to maybe help them work in the oil and gas business. Because I do not know the things going on there, and I do not know the legal, machinations that makes the industry work for people in that space.
Sure.
So it's best that, you talk to a specialist who has been around, who understands the business, like myself. Before I qualified as a lawyer, I used to be a songwriter, I used to be a recording artist, and that kind of like formed the foundation for me to, chase what I'm doing right now.
I was just about to say, Akinyemi Law Song Contest. This sounds really well thought out. And being a lawyer, obviously you've thought about the possibilities. So who are the people that can compete in this contest?
Yeah, so the thing is, this is the 6th edition.
Okay.
During the lockdown, we noticed that the appreciation for songwriting was almost non-existent. In fact, a lot of people still crucify the likes of Davido for retaining the services of songwriters.
Yeah.
And I think that stems from ignorance. A lot of people do not know that songwriting is actually the foundation. Without songs, there can't be a music business, there can't be a recording business. So why we're doing this is to be able to spotlight people that can write songs. There are thousands and thousands of talented people that can actually earn a living from just writing songs in Nigeria. Amazing. But sadly, because the information is not there yet, a lot of people do not understand how to go about it. And this competition is an opportunity. For example, last year, our biggest testimonial is that Ayo Maf contested last year, and actually he got a record deal just from participating. So if you're a recording artist, you're struggling, you're upcoming, sometimes you might not get the opportunity you need to get, the shine, maybe to attract investors or to attract a record label. But if you compete in one of these competitions, a songwriting contest, there are so many benefits that you can't really quantify immediately. Yeah. You could get a management deal, you could get a record deal, you could actually strike up a powerful collaboration with another producer. So the contest is fashioned in the format where you're supposed to enter as a tag team.
Okay.
As a songwriter, upcoming artist, you're supposed to collaborate with a producer, come together and write a song and then submit as an entry.
So the writing of the song is pen to paper?
Yes.
What about the scoring? The scoring of the song, or the composing or the production of the song is also part of this?
It is part of it. You have to make a complete song.
So I know that going into music production is already expensive. So I'm wondering what the prize is for this year's edition. What are the benefits to all the stakeholders?
Yeah, so, we believe that collaboration is very, very important. If you're an upcoming artist or a songwriter, we believe you should have a producer at your beck and call, whereby, if you need to really make music, there's just that one guy that brings out the best in you. Same thing, if you're a producer, we believe that you should have a songwriter or upcoming artist that brings out the best in you. So you guys are coming as a tag team to win the cash prize. Okay. And this year, we're giving out $5,000 US.
$5,000.
Yes. My partners are, breaking their back to be able to put money in the pockets of upcoming artists and producers. And we think this is an opportunity to win Christmas money.
Honestly, $5,000. I'm trying to do the mental math in my head right now. An artist that is worth his salt should be competing in a contest like this. And then, of course, with someone like yourself behind it, you know that all the, is it the IP? Are protected, right? The intellectual property is protected. So these are some of the things that happen during competitions that people are worried about. The big fame and, music talent contests that we've had, sometimes intellectual property can be an issue.
There wouldn't be an issue in this case. There's everything to benefit. Number one, you're getting some attention. Sure. Secondly, if you're top 10, you're going to be getting a certificate of participation. Fantastic. That could also be like a badge on your, on your jacket to show people that you contested and you became top 10. And also, we're going to be releasing a compilation project. So we're not just, before now, we used to just announce the winners, give out the cash prize, and then people go about their normal business. But we want to be able to take it to the next level, which is when you're top 10, you'll be part of a compilation project for next year. And we'll try our best to make sure that the music that is created can be exploited. You could also earn royalties together with your producers. And
on streaming platforms.
definitely. And beyond that as well, there are many, many channels where music can be licensed and you can actually make money. So you're not just going to be entering this competition just for the money, because the money is not the important part. Sometimes we need opportunities to just be acknowledged for the brilliant things we can do. So it's not just money, it's that you can be part of a compilation project. You can also collaborate with people. You can get a record deal. Maybe Don Jazzy is watching, maybe Olamide is watching. Some other important people in the music industry, home and abroad, are watching.
One thing I can tell you is that on Wake Up Nigeria, every single morning we have fresh talent show up on this set. And they perform their hearts out. And sometimes we just hope and pray that one day they'll come back and tell us that they're, nominated for a Grammy one day. And we're always so hopeful for them. And with platforms like yours, I think we're getting closer.
Yeah.
That's ALSC, right?
Yes.
That's, and that's it on Instagram?
On Instagram, it is TAL Song Contest.
TAL
Song
Contest. That's the Akiemi Law
Song
TAL.
Contest, yes.
I have to say a big thank you to you for everything you're doing.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Shout out to everyone on the set, on the team. Thanks for having me. I'm so grateful.
You are so welcome. And good luck. Wow. So who is taking home that $5,000? Who is that great songwriter, producer, performing artist who needs that break and Christmas money? Hey, is it you? Check out ALSC online. Okay, then let's take a quick break. There is so much more coming your way on Wake Up Nigeria.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. Welcome, guys, to the kitchen. Chef Tade is here with us. And this morning, I'm pretty surprised.
Good morning.
While he's waking for breakfast. And that's because Chef Tade always wants to just do simple, easy, complicated recipes. But this morning, he's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to make for you fried rice. Interesting, right? And the ingredients here are quite shocking as well, because who would have? I'm in my head. I'm like, okay, there are a few ingredients that I see here, and I'm wondering what role do they play in the fried rice that we're about to make. But hey, Chef Tade, over to you. Talk about the ingredients. Talk about, you've put so much already in the pots.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening.
So I came late, so
Obviously.
I had to quickly dash my rice
Into the pot.
So
please, let's check.
to
Make
start
sure that it's
boiling.
heated.
Yes,
Okay.
it's working. So,
Okay. So what do you have in the rice?
I have curry,
Okay.
I have thyme, and
Bay
bay
leaf.
leaf.
Okay.
That's all.
Why? Why did you put them in there?
On the norm, we have different ways of
Making a fried rice,
so
right?
I decided to make use of this
Okay.
method because it's a lot faster.
Okay. Fantastic.
On
So,
the norm, I should have fried my rice.
all right. So let's talk about our plethora of ingredients here. I see.
So,
What's this?
ingredients, this is green pepper. We
Like the red green bell
We have
peppers or
chili,
the
not
ayamase
this.
green bell
Chili, yes, ayomashi kind of.
Ayamase.
yeah.
Is it ayamashi or
Yes,
ayamase?
ayomashi.
Ayamashi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the jalapeno and the...
That's the chili
Scotch bonnet.
peppers.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And the Scotch bonnet, we have
Onions.
in it. We
Okay.
have garlic.
Okay. So I see that they were crushly blended.
They are crushly blended.
Yeah. And then let's talk about the other ingredients.
We have our eggs.
Okay.
We have
The eggs
our
are boiled. Are they
vegetables.
boiled?
We have,
Are the eggs
No, they're
boiled?
not boiled.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm making scrambled egg.
Oh, okay.
I have two.
Incorporate them into the fried
Yes,
rice. Okay.
We have bell peppers and then green onions.
Spring onions, and then we have our chicken. Is that soft chicken or
Soft
raw?
chicken. Soft chicken.
Soft chicken, because I just realized that there's a certain flavor that soft chicken adds to your meal. So I used it to make chicken curry sauce over the weekend, and I used the broth with a lot of coconut milk as the base.
That's not bad.
Oh, it wasn't at all. You have no idea. So, guys, if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. With me is Chef Tade, and this morning he's making fried rice. If you missed out on the ingredients, they're right there on your screen. We have our rice, curry, seasoning cubes, carrots, red, green, and yellow bell peppers. We have our sweet corn, spring onions, vegetable oil somewhere lurking around. We have our chicken, pepper, onions, and honey. Where does the honey come in? You forgot it.
I forgot it. That was why I changed this to. I wanted to give a sweet kind of
taste to the chicken.
chicken.
That would have been so nice. It's
that's
like
chicken.
making honey barbecue chicken.
Got an inspiration.
I know, right? Now, what are we using? Is this where does the sesame oil go into all of this?
As the sesame oil, I'll have to use it to stir fry my veggies before I add it to the rice.
Before you add it to the rice. Okay, interesting stuff happening right here in the kitchen. Pretty stoked about this morning's recipe because I personally love fried rice. I was gonna make it coincidentally over the weekend, but last minute I'm like, no, let's do something different. So I made chicken coconut curry sauce. I love it, I know, right? When it comes to food, I love food.
Wow.
But we're gonna so our rice is heating up. Once that's ready, what are we doing with our chicken quickly?
Chicken will have to parboil.
Okay.
After parboiling, then we fry.
And we fry it, and then what are we replacing the honey with?
No, just stir it.
Oh, okay, we're going to use, so we're using the pepper to marinate the sauce, like make a sauce kind of chicken, like an ayamashe kind of chicken sauce. I'm so excited about this morning's recipe. I hope you are as well. Don't worry, we're not doing this without you. We're taking you through every step of this morning's recipe. But while we're prepping things up right here in the kitchen, let's head over to the couch for our parents in discussion.
Thank you so much for staying with us. And of course, right now it's time for our parenting conversation. And I have with me Samuel Olaoluwafadare. He is a dynamic, astute, and an all-round educational professional, a nominee for the prestigious Diamond Teacher of the Year 2024 award. And I mean, he has a whole lot under his belt. Now, he's been here two sessions already. This is the third one. And today we're talking about strategies for overcoming mathematics phobia, right? Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria. How are you doing this morning?
Very fine. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. All right, so I mean, we started the conversation about mathematics phobia, right? Causes, reasons, how parents literally should handle it and all of that. So today we're talking about something I think is very, very interesting because it's important to talk about it. But I mean, if you're talking about a problem, let's have the solution with it. So now, tell me. So now we're starting with strategies for overcoming mathematics phobia. So what would you say in fact, number one, give me the number one strategy. First off, let's start with that.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. There are so many strategies for overcoming mathematics phobia, but I will just talk about a few ones. Let me start with developing a positive and growth mindset. Okay. When we talk about developing a positive and growth mindset, we are talking about, as a learner, you must be able to believe in yourself that, yes, I can do it. It is not about using negative words of assurance. No, you must be positive. Okay. You must have a positive affirmation that I can do it. Okay. Like you must replace your negative self-talk with, or like talk like I can't do it to, oh, I can do it, I am learning mathematics. All right. Then another thing you need to know is that you need to practice regularly. It is very essential that when you want to know mathematics, you practice regularly, because when you practice regularly, you are getting used to the system of knowing mathematics. Okay. Then another thing, you need to start from the basis. When you are learning mathematics, you start from the simple to the complex. So when you start from the simple to the complex, you are progressing. So by the time you know the simple ones, you'll be able to know the complex one later on. So it's just about progressing from the simple to the complex, or from the unknown to the known. To the known. All right, amazing. So first off, you literally said we need to positive affirmations, right? We should definitely need to have a positive mindset about mathematics, because and that's very true, because I remember growing up, maths was actually one of the challenges I actually faced. But the day I had an F in maths, that was the only F I've had in my entire life. It was even at this period, because we actually left school, so it was Christmas. We were going on Christmas break. Christmas, I was carrying book. New Year, I was carrying book. And it wasn't a situation that my parents had to put on me. I just felt like, F from where? Do you understand? And to be very honest, since then, everything changed. Just as you said, the more you practice it, the more your mind kind of unlocks to the patterns. So you now realize that, see, it's not even so complicated, right? There's a pattern to it, there's a strategy, so you just have to keep on going on that path now. So now, talking about these strategies, right? So are these the only simple ones? Because some people believe that, okay, you know what?
maths has normal stated formulas, right, that you have to follow. But then again, there are some people that actually have genius, right? And they actually find a way to actually formulate their own formulas, right? Exactly. So the genius that people do when it comes to mathematics, can we say that is inherent and that is just natural to them? Or is there a way we can literally go from not knowing maths at all to literally even becoming genius at it?
Absolutely. I won't deny the fact that there are people that are born to know mathematics. Like there are some people that, there are so many levels of intelligence.
Yes.
There are some people that, they are very good with numbers.
True.
Once you call a number, they are very good.
Okay. But and that is inherent, so it's not because they started early or something.
But even if it's inherent, you need to nurture it. You don't have to assume the fact that, I know mathematics already, don't let me practice more. You need to practice more. Then another thing for you to know mathematics is using real-life situation, using real-life application. For instance, when you use real-life application, there's no topic in mathematics that does not have a real-life application. A lot of people have that erroneous belief that, mathematics is abstract.
Actually, because recently I saw a post, right? And the guy was literally like, all this x plus xy in brackets, all this. I'm never using it to calculate money. You understand? So where does that really come in?
Absolutely. Like, for instance, I can name some topics in mathematics and application. For instance, probability and statistics.
Yes.
They use it in engineering. Yes. They use it in medicine. They use it in insurance too. True. So even differential equation, integration, they use it in engineering for construction purposes. True. So there are so many applications of mathematics in real life. And that's why in our online schools, we make sure that we make the real-life application, we use it to teach our pupils and students for them to be able to have a grasp. Yes, not just number. We model mathematics at online schools, and that is why we teach them very well for them to be able to know that, this thing has a real-life application elsewhere, not just within the four corners of the class alone, but even elsewhere, they can really apply it even in real life.
And it actually is very true, because the truth is, that's why the fact that we're looking at dx, dy, right? If we actually think about the idea behind dx, dy, we actually use it in real life circumstances. Not just, it's just not numbers, right? It's just in helping you critical thinking, how to analyze certain situations and put certain things in place. All right, amazing. Exactly. So I mean, I love the fact that we've highlighted the fact that, see, maths is not something, despite the fact that it might not come to you naturally, it's something you can train on and practice. And once you practice, you actually get it better now. So now we're talking about that for pupils, right?
Yes.
And then what for adults? Does the same thing apply for adults? So, but we believe that when you get to a certain age, just if your brain is knocked towards it, just forget about it. So does it apply to adults as well?
Absolutely. It also applies to adults too. Okay. For an adult, it's all about the mindset alone. A lot of people have this negative notion that, I can't know mathematics. Mathematics is not something that cannot be learned. So far, you are calculating money. Okay, people will say, I don't know mathematics. Even the market team, they know how to calculate money very well.
Very quickly.
So if you can calculate money very well, and money is an aspect of mathematics too, because in money you do addition. Everybody do addition daily.
You should add money.
Yes.
The idea of money.
Money. Like until you call monies for adults before they grasp mathematics sometimes. So, but as an adult, you can also learn mathematics. You can also know mathematics. Okay. Then you must also seek help. For instance, you must seek help. When you don't know mathematics, you can seek help.
Okay. So when you talk about help, what do you mean?
Yes, when I mean help, I mean like people that are mathematics professionals, like myself. Okay. You can seek help. Like, I don't know mathematics. I want to know mathematics. You can learn mathematics. Like what I do.
Now, where do I start from?
You can start from where you want to start from. For instance, if you...
Where would you advise I start from?
Like, I need to know your level in mathematics, first of all, because...
Multiplication.
Yes, multiplication. Even it's multiplication, division, you need to know the basis first. Right. So that's why what I do online tutoring. I also, train teachers, train educators on how they can know mathematics very well. And when they know mathematics very, especially the basis, when they know mathematics very well, they will be able to know other, parts of life. So mathematics is, everything in life is embedded in mathematics. So when you have that grasp of mathematics, you'll be able to function in other areas of life.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. And I definitely cannot wait for your final interview next week. Thank you so much, Mr. Olaoluwa. I'll call you a mathematics expert, right? And of course, if you need help with your maths, is right here. here. He can definitely help you get his details and then reach out to him, all right? And that's it for this hour. We're heading into the next hour of Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is the second hour of the most exciting breakfast show on the planet. The first hour just flew by. We had a total blast. We still have about 45 minutes to continue to do what we do best. And we're doing it right here in the kitchen.
Yes, and Chef Shadi is throwing it down, Chef. Well done. When I saw you bring out that boy, I thought it was okra that was inside there. I was not wondering, fried rice and okra.
Wow.
What's the spin today?
So talk to us, where are you at? How far have you come?
So I heard you say $5,000.
Ooh.
Is it for
It's
chefs?
for musical. Not for chefs. Are you a songwriter? Do you write songs?
Yeah, cooking is art, so I mean.
I like it in dollars. So.
Ah, okay. You just don't want to know how to get it. You just want to get it. But anyways, I'm sure there are a lot of cooking competitions coming up this Ember period.
Okay.
But anyways, tell us what's gone. How far have you gone so far?
We have our rice almost done.
Yeah, so the rice is here. And I have my personal carrots. So the
Yes, so in the rice, you put...
So what do you have in here?
Right.
Yeah, I added bay leaf, curry, and
Thyme.
All right, amazing.
So when that rice is ready, is it parboil? Are we parboiling it?
Yeah,
What exactly are we doing?
We're parboiling it.
Then what do we do?
Then we stir fry.
Stir.
Fry.
Okay.
It's even this chicken I'm more interested in because it looks really good. Like, what's this? What sauce is this?
There's no sauce. It's not the sauce. That's Scotch bonnet and jalapeno.
Oh, just peppers, right?
Yeah,
and
just
onions.
peppers, onions, yeah, that's all.
Garlic and all
There's
that
no
stuff.
seasoning in there, right?
No, I had a seasoning.
Okay, added seasoning. Okay.
Amazing.
So things are coming together very nicely here in the kitchen. Pretty excited about this morning's recipe. We're having fried rice right here, and Chef Tade just knows how to work it, right, guys?
Of course.
So, of course,
still
you
quite
could,
a bit happening on the show.
Right.
Let's let everyone know who is on the show right now. Titi here. My name is Titi Oyinson, and of course you can watch the show live. Winfrey is here with me, of course.
Oh, yeah, I am. Hi.
And I'm invincible.
Well, hey.
Myself and Chef Tade, right? But hey, we are ensuring that this food comes together very nicely. I'm Ememme Okoche, and we have Chef Tade right here in the kitchen. And of course, we've got so much left right here in the second half of the show.
We have Melvin Godwin, fondly called Melvin Wonder. His admirers, by his admirers, of course, he's a multi-talented gospel artist with over a decade of experience. He's performed alongside top talents, including Moses Bliss. He raps and he sings. Can't wait for that performance.
And of course, Dr. Chibuki Aibe, a seasoned medical doctor with her lovely brooches, will be here. She has over 12 years of experience in clinical and administrative medicine, currently serving as practice manager at One Wellness Center. Now, she is responsible for designing and implementing clinical processes and procedures. And today, we'll be talking about demystifying diabetes.
Our final guest for this morning is Joshua Ojo. He started his career as a child actor, ventured into acting at the age of 10, and he also modeled in some high-profile TV commercials. Now, down the line, he played major character in the popular Fuji House of Commotion that ran for over 15 years. Today, he is the executive producer, writer, and director of the film, Wole Soyinka. He just won the jury prize as the best biopic in Africa at the just concluded Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival.
Thanks for staying with us. We have on the couch right now Dr. Chibuki Aigbe. She's a seasoned medical doctor with over 12 years of experience in clinical and administrative medicine, currently serving as practice manager at One Wellness Center. She's also responsible for designing and implementing clinical processes and procedures. Today, we'll talk about demystifying diabetes. Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. Nice to be here again.
We have been demystifying a lot of concerns, health concerns in the beginning of the month. We demystified sexual health, demystified IVF. Now we are demystifying diabetes. First off, let's quickly run through what diabetes is, and then we'll talk about, give us a clearer understanding of how to manage our diabetes.
Okay, so diabetes is a disease condition where you have elevated blood sugar levels for a long period of time. Okay. So that is what it is essentially, and there are two types. There are two types where the body does not produce
Properly,
insulin,
yeah.
or very, very minute levels, that's the type 1 diabetes. Before,
yeah.
they used to call it juvenile diabetes because, I mean, we
Say
saw that for
premature.
children. But now we've seen it even in adults as well, so you can have that. And then you now have type 2 diabetes where the body does produce insulin, but the body still has sugar. So what happens? The cells in the body is not able to absorb that sugar, so it's just, you know, freely moving in the body.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 major types. There are other types, okay, like so those are the 2 major types, but there's another type called the gestational diabetes, okay, and that happens when a woman is pregnant.
Yes.
She may, after pregnancy, the diabetes may not resolve. It might transcend further into, you know, diabetes if you have other risk factors.
And what about the mature onset diabetes?
Okay, so that is that type 2. So before you would hear juvenile diabetes, mature onset. However, now the time of onset of the diabetes doesn't matter these days. It's now more of, is there insulin? Is the body producing insulin? Is the body not producing insulin? So those are the 2 major types. That is how you differentiate the 2 types.
Let's talk about the signs quickly, because I'd like to imagine that there are people living with diabetes and they don't know that they are living with diabetes. Also because they're not paying attention to how their body is responding to some of the, you know, some of the signs. And so talk to us, how would I know if, you know?
First and foremost, there's tiredness. It's a very vague symptom, tiredness. So most people will say it's the stress of Lagos. I mean, if you're tired for so long, go and check your blood sugar. So there's tiredness. There is
when you say tiredness, every single hour of the day.
Yes, you're tired, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You're tired because the sugar in your body is just there. It's not
being
entering
used.
Exactly. The body's not being. It's not absorbing. So you're tired because you really don't have sugar to function. Okay. And then if you test it, you see that the sugar is high. So the way the body was made is like so many other hormones and so many other chemicals in the body. Okay. When one increases, one reduces. There's a maker-checker balance thing. And also that happens with glucose. So if the glucose is high, there's a hormone that is produced. If it is low, there's a hormone that is produced. But with people in diabetes, that transitioning, that playing around the hormones is broken. So you would always just have it perpetually high.
Okay.
Or you have it low, because if you take your medications and it drops. So yes, you're tired because maybe it's too high or it's too low.
Okay.
And then you have drinking water. You're excessively drinking water, and you're excessively thirsty. And because you keep on drinking water, you keep on peeing.
Okay.
You'll keep on peeing. I've had a patient who presented in her 40s, and apparently she was diabetic, but apparently she didn't know because she had been diabetic for years.
Does it show in your pee, though?
Exactly.
In the
what
color
happens?
of your pee?
No. So I'll tell you what shows.
Okay.
As she chat, she remembers that aunt used to gather her pants.
Ooh.
Exactly.
When she washes it?
No, her dirty pants. You know, when there's pee on it. So she just used to see ants around her pants. So she never knew that, oh, okay, so this is sugar. So aunt, you know sugar now. Aunt and sugar now, exactly.
True.
So in people who have very unmanaged diabetes, their pee froths. So they foam like beer. Do you understand? When you pee, it's so yes, it could foam. If you pee regularly because of the force, it could foam. But it's
when
not
it's
frothy.
abnormal, when it's
yes, and that means that you're already having a little kidney dysfunction there. Okay, so it's frothy. So that's the physical change. But yes, so you're peeing, you're drinking, you're thirsty, you're also hungry.
Always hungry?
You're hungry, you're eating. Do you understand? Because your body is, something in your body is telling that you don't have glucose, you don't have sugar. So you keep on eating and you keep on losing weight. Wow. Do you understand? So those are the, so you're losing weight, you're constantly eating, you're constantly thirsty, constantly peeing.
And you're always tired.
You're always tired. So that's the common signs.
We have to wrap this up quickly, but can diabetes be reversed?
No. However, diabetes can be managed. Okay. There's some people who we say they are pre-diabetic, okay? Meaning that you don't enter express road, though. Yeah. There and there, family lifestyle changes can help you, not reverse, but stall it. Okay, so if you catch it quick. However, if you have a full diagnosis of diabetes, it can be treated, but it can be managed. Okay. If it's a type 1 diabetes where the cells of the pancreas are not producing insulin, then you can do, we don't do it here in Nigeria, you can do like a pancreas transplant where, because that's what the problem is. Yeah. Meaning that if insulin is provided in the body, then the sugar will drop. I would not do this topic justice if we don't talk about the complications very quickly.
Okay.
Just know that in diabetes, every part of uncontrolled diabetes, every part of your body is affected. From your brain, you could have strokes, you could have, because they go hand in hand, it goes hand in hand with hypertension.
Yeah.
You can have depression in your eyes, you can have diabetic retinopathy that can lead to blindness, okay? From in your mouth, you can have sores in your mouth, tooth decay because, issues. I'm just trying to really wrap it up. Your skin, you can have rashes, you can have blotches, your kidneys, your heart, everything, your feet.
You have swollen
in fact,
feet.
you have swollen feet, you have sores that never go away because it's not getting enough blood and the nerves that they're supposed to help heal. I'm really trying to really break this down, so you would have unhealing sores and all of that.
I think that we need to revisit this topic again
it's
because
huge.
it's really broad. I mean, recently I saw a video of someone saying that guava leaves could actually help to prevent or sort of help to manage your diabetes. So there are lots of, hypotheses here and there, to sort of help people.
Myths.
Myths, I would say. Okay, myths, if you say, because some of them call themselves herbal doctors. But then we never know. But we'll revisit this topic again next week. But thank you so much for at least doing some sort of justice. I know someone watching right now would, pay more attention.
There's some awakening.
And there's some awakening. Thank you. And we'll take a wrap right here on the health segment. We have a guest coming right up. Stay with us, people. The show continues.
Wow, what a trailer. We want to find out more about that trailer, that movie. It's about time for us to. Mr. Joshua Ojo is in the building. He started his career as a child actor, and he ventured into acting at the age of 10. Now, he also did some modeling and some high-profile TV commercials, and down the line, played a major character in the popular Fuji House of Commotion. 15 years later, he is the executive producer, writer, and director of the film, Wole Soyinka. Apparently, this film just won the jury prize as the best biopic in Africa at the just concluded Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival. It's great to have you in the building.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. Okay, first of all, you're wearing 3 caps here. Executive producer, director.
Yep.
Where did this idea come from? Is this something to work on? A biopic like this is not just something you pick up off the street. Talk to us how it started.
We have so many filmmakers in Nigeria, and I thought it would be nice to carve a niche for myself, to do something different from what others are doing. I mean, we're used to seeing comedies, films, romance comedies. I wanted something different, hence why I ventured into it. And at the same time, I felt it's always good to celebrate our heroes while they're still here, hence why I picked Wole Soyinka.
So we're definitely going to touch on that, but let's talk a little bit about your background in the industry and how it was like, entering the industry for you. What was that inspiration? What was that move that made you say, yes, this is what I want to do?
Okay, so I love watching films. I've seen several films, and I thought it would be nice to venture into it. Yeah. And I remember vividly, I spoke with, what's her name now? Annie Jamanze. Okay. And I met with Zebijura as well, and did some auditions here and there, and that was how I ventured into it, yeah.
Then Fuji House of Commotion.
Fuji House of Commotion came rightly after I did Tightrope for USAID. And Media International, that's Tudolu Ede, the late Ede, yeah. So I did Tightrope for about 3 years. So that was where the late Amaka Igwe saw me, and she picked me up for Fuji House of Commotion.
Fantastic, fantastic. But, it's one thing to work in front of the camera, but then there must have been a journey to eventually start producing and directing your own films.
Okay, like I said, I love doing something different, right? And getting roles as an actor, I feel I wasn't satisfied. So I went to a film school, came back, and I thought it would be nice to do something else. Hence why I paused on acting. you know, and I ventured into directing and filmmaking. Yeah.
So now you have this smile on your face as you talk about this story, and it feels like the journey has just been one of really great leaps and bounds for you, because then suddenly we hear there's a biopic for Wole Soyinka. This is an iconic figure internationally. His books and works are being studied in Ivy League universities all over the world. Working on a biopic like this is no small feat. Let's talk about how this journey started. Why Wole Soyinka?
Okay, like I said earlier, our heroes should be celebrated, you know, not when they are dead. Prof clocked 90 years a few months ago, and there's a whole lot about Wole Soyinka that we don't know. Not that, obviously, when you Google Wole Soyinka, you see so many stuff about him, but I wanted to, you know, explore the parts where people don't know, the untold story of Wole Soyinka, hence why I ventured into it. And it wasn't an easy ride, trust me. Pinning Wole Soyinka down to get his attention, his approval, it wasn't easy at all, but hey, here we are.
Okay, so you're saying, hey, here we are, like it was, like it was a hop, skip, and jump. Oh, no, let's go see him. But he's known to be someone who likes his solitude. He likes staying out of the city, you know. In fact, you know, the only time we really see him is you see him walking in gardens. You know, you see him with wildlife and in a very relaxed state. So pulling him out of that, bring him into a production aspect of things. Maybe you had someone assist with that particular part of the process. Did you have someone shadow him? How did you get that done?
I did it myself, really.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, though I tried to speak with some mentors here and there to help me out with that, but it wasn't successful. So I went all out myself to talk to him. And yeah, I mean, hence why I said there's so much about Prof we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, at first I was a bit nervous. I thought Prof wouldn't, you know, give me that attention, but he did, really. And I got to realize that Prof is actually a gentleman. It's not that difficult like they picture him. And yeah, he listened to me and we did it.
So you have an iconic figure like him, and then you now need to cast for who's going to play him. Let's talk about your casting process and the actors you had to work with.
Okay, so I believe when you want to do something of this great magnitude, you need to do it the right way. I wasn't really looking at the actors, not, you know, that will sell the movie alone. I tried to use the right actors, you know, that have that little similarity, close to the real characters. Hence why I picked my actors carefully. We have Lateef Adedimeji, we have Ibrahim Chata, we have Makinde Adeniran, we have Segun Arinze, and a whole lot of them.
Now, getting them on a project like this, was it challenging? Were they eager to jump on it?
It wasn't challenging. They were really, really excited to jump on it, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Because, you know, there are some roles that either, you know, make or mar you as an actor. And portraying a Wole Soyinka or even being in a movie like this, that's definitely going to go all over the world. People are going to want to see this. Even once they Google Wole Soyinka, it's probably going to pop up, you know, that there is a biopic about him. So that's a lot of pressure. How did you manage having the cast on set? Because you wear many caps, remember?
Okay, it wasn't easy because at first I lost 80% of my actors few weeks before the shoot, and the reason is because I had an accident. 2 days before the shoot, you know, hit and run, and I had to do a major surgery on my right leg. Yeah, so while filming, I was on a wheelchair because I had over 20 metals in my leg, and I just really wanted to tell the story. So I was on a wheelchair, and it was difficult to, you know, call them back. I had to replace virtually 80% of them, you know, and yeah, it wasn't really easy. Trust me, it wasn't really easy.
So when they say blood, sweat, and tears went into this, you literally can't say blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Let's talk about Lateef Adedimeji playing that role, portrayal of Wole Soyinka. You probably had to sit down with him for hours and hours. How was it working with an actor like this? Talk to us about that.
Okay, so like I checked some footages of Professor Wole Soyinka. I checked some materials that I sent to him, and the other guy, you know, they went through it. They took their time to study Professor Wole Soyinka, his mannerism, how he talks, body movement, and all that. So it was pretty easy to do that, you know, while filming.
So I've always wondered about, you know, an actor that could portray such a character like this, and I think you did an amazing casting job.
Thank you very much.
Using Lateef Adedimeji. I think this is going to be amazing to watch. I would love to see it myself. Is it out now?
It's coming out on the 29th at the cinemas.
29th.
Yes, and of course I will invite you for the premiere.
I would love to be there. I would love to be there. Can we hint if he's going to be around himself? Do you think he'll come?
I would like to keep that as a secret.
Okay, of course, you won't let that get out of that. Please join us in the kitchen. Our chef has put together something really nice.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, at this point, we're in the kitchen.
Welcome, Joshua, and well done. Congratulations once again. This is Chef Tade, and this morning he's made for you fried rice with chicken. All right. So that fried rice was made with lots of love. Taste it. Let us know what you think.
Okay. Okay.
I love how it's glistening. You can see the...
It tastes good.
All right.
It tastes good.
Fantastic. I think there's like a sauce beside it, right, Chef Tade? Is that a sauce?
Yeah, it's green chili sauce.
Green chili sauce.
Okay, let me have a taste of that too.
with the rice. It tastes like
green chili sauce. I don't think I've had green chili sauce before. Okay.
You need to teach me how to do this.
And thank you so much, Joshua.
Thank you for having me.
All our guests for being on the show today. And most importantly, you at home watching. See you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.